Middle East spokesperson for the Norwegian Refugee Council. Ahmed, welcome to the program. Always very interesting to hear what you guys know that the rest of the world doesn't. What is the problem with the system that the GHF is implementing? Is it a logistical issue or a matter of limited amount coming in, so making people even more desperate to get what little there is?
I think the problem is that this is a military project masquerading as aid scheme. There's nothing humanitarian about what's going on. Actually, this is if you wanted to put yourself, put your life on the line in Gaza now, you have to go and seek food, because you know that Israel might kill you while it pretends to be feeding you. So the problem is that you are handing the occupier the control over the Gaza Strip, control over what people eat, control over the livers and kidneys of children and babies, over the milk, everything. So Israel controls everything now, and the danger is that it strips any meaning of independence, neutrality that humanitarians operate under.
Ahmed, this is not a criticism of the Norwegian Refugee Council. I put the same question to a humanitarian worker 24 hours ago. Is it time for organizations like yours, for the United Nations, Save the Children, whatever these charities and organizations are, to say to the Israelis, we now want to be involved? Because your involvement may mean that fewer people are killed while trying to stay alive by getting these boxes of assistance.
Sorry, involved in what do you mean involved in what?
The UN is not involved.
Distribution, that is obviously...
Exactly, because the UN says the GHF doesn't follow humanitarian principles, that it's exclusive, that it demands that people walk for kilometers and kilometers. So organizations like yours are saying, no, we don't want to have any part of this. But the idea is that maybe if you were involved, it would be a bit more organized.
I mean, it would, and it has been. But we have our own independent ways of providing aid. While we speak, there are tons and tons of food trucks, tents, fuel, everything that Gazans need, waiting across the border. It's not just about food, by the way, and it's not just about that bag of lentils or flour. And if you look even at the contents, the very contents of that box that is being handed to people, it's not something that would sustain them for a day or 2 or 3 days, probably at maximum. While, you know, at the same time, people need fresh meals that are provided by kitchens on the ground, that are distributed across the Gaza Strip, across the space, across the areas. So we do want to be involved. We want to be involved by providing the aid that we have waiting. The Norwegian Refugee Council has enough aid to probably load up to 200 trucks waiting across the border. This is taxpayer money, by the way. This is money that Western donors have provided. I just don't understand how Western donors can't really have a decision on whether that box of aid can make it across the border a few miles. So yes, we want to be involved. We want to be the leaders of this, not GHF, not Israel, not security apparatus, not security personnel shooting at people while providing them with food.
Is it also an issue of the Israeli military not providing enough safe passage for convoys? Because I'm just looking at some material that your boss, Jan Egeland, has been publishing. And he says from the 19th of May to the 14th of July, an average of just 28 trucks per day have been collected for distribution. I mean, that seems to be an issue of the safety of humanitarian groups as well.
Of course, and WFP just released a statement, very strong worded statement yesterday, saying that 25 trucks that, of course, were received by desperate crowds, were also targeted by Israel. It's not just about, and at the very last checkpoint, by the way. So from A to Z, the entire process has been fraught with danger. When Israel allows aid in, you know that it could target aid while it makes its way through the strip. So inspection, of course, is another issue. The long inspection processes and, of course, approvals and securing the routes. And that's because of the collapse that Israel has caused in Gaza, the collapse of law and order, and, of course, the collapse of the aid systems. It lays squarely with Israel and the decision makers in Tel Aviv. I don't understand how you can starve your way to victory, how you can do that with a population that is starving to death, literally people dropping, fainting, and people dying from starvation. This can't continue, and we know the keys in Washington, we know the keys in Brussels, in London, in Berlin, everywhere where people have decision makers have been very quiet, eerily quiet, I'd say, in the past period.
It's really important we hear from people like you, Ahmed, because as you say, I mean, I'm not sure anybody watching a news program can believe what they've been seeing over the past 21 months. Ahmed, thanks so much indeed.